this is our supervision session after your recent ordination as a deacon and your first opportunity to lead part of the Holy Communion service in the parish. So let's use the training manual for this time of supervision and go through the dot points in the book on page 3 of the liturgy section, leading part of the communion service. So tell me about the parts of the communion service that you led as a deacon last Sunday.
All right. Well, I'll just get the prayer book and I'll show you. The first thing I did was led people in the prayer of preparation.
Yes.
Then I read the 2 commandments, because that's what we do in this parish.
Okay.
The option's the 10 commandments, but we don't do that here.
Right.
I then used a seasonal introduction for the confession, because we're in Lent.
Yes.
And then I led the prayer of confession. After that, I led the responsive psalm.
Yes.
The lay people read the Old Testament and New Testament readings.
Great.
I read the Gospel using the acclamations.
Okay.
And then I led the prayers of the people. So I led the prayers of, and finished in the Lord's Prayer.
Okay.
And after communion, you said the blessing, and then I spoke the words of dismissal.
Terrific. Before the service began, you had the responsibility for preparing the Lord's table, and just tell me about the communion vessels and utensils, the sacred vessels. What particularly did you organise?
The things that I organised was to make sure that there were 2 chalices on the table,
Yes.
that there was a pattern there, that the priest's wafer and the wafers, the other wafers were there.
Okay.
I also made sure there was sufficient wine there and sufficient water there as well.
Wonderful. And the sacristan had prepared the credence table with the other vessels for ablutions and so forth.
And I also made sure there were purificators on the table as well.
Terrific. When you were preparing for the communion service, you would have had to become familiar with the local communion rites and traditions. What did you find was necessary here for you as a deacon to understand?
Perhaps the biggest thing was to think about how people might take the chalice.
Okay.
So some people take the chalice and take it in both hands. Some people want me to offer it to them and they don't want to take the chalice.
I see.
And other people want to intink the wafer into the chalice. So
yes.
It's just thinking about how I might respond on each occasion as people came for communion.
Very good. And during the communion service, it's important, isn't it, as the leader of the liturgy, to speak clearly,
Yes.
Slowly and loudly and present well. Tell me how you approach that.
Well, I probably didn't do so well at the start of the service. I was a bit nervous.
Okay.
I was doing things I wasn't used to doing in a strange, well, not a strange place, but a new place.
Yes.
So, I've been on placements in other parishes, so this was my first time here with the communion. So I was a bit nervous, so I probably spoke too quickly and a bit quietly. But as the service went on, I think I improved that. So I probably spoke clearer and more slowly and a little bit louder.
Good. Yes, I would agree. During the time of the public prayers, I think you presented very well.
Thank you.
Your dress for the occasion, what attire did you have to wear?
I wore a cassalbe, so a white cassalbe, and then a purple stole for Lent.
Okay, terrific. And movements and actions are listed here in the book. How did you move your arms or present to the people in the welcome, say, and in the dismissal?
In the welcome, it's important to smile, so to welcome people to the service is very important.
Yes.
Otherwise, they may feel unwelcome, particularly visitors.
Indeed.
And then, so I welcome people by raising my arms like this. And
Yes.
at the dismissal, I start the dismissal with my arms raised, and then when people respond, I bring them down. So.
Okay. That's terrific. Well, we've come to the end of that particular section of the supervision and assessment requirements here for you. So we're going to fill in the part of the manual now to say that you've been able to display a competence in these areas for this first occasion of your communion. So thank you.
Oh, good. Thanks very much.